Hi everyone, it's Karen. I'm back with my second design team project for AngeldreamCraftsKim on Etsy, and this time I made a pouch. And if you'll remember from my design team package, I had 4 of the pink crocheted squares that she has in her shop, and they're 5 by 5 inch squares. And what I did was I sewed them together, so you end up with a square piece like this, and then you turn it on an angle and you bring up the 2 sides and stitch them there, and then you end up kind of making like an envelope, and then this became the flap for the pouch. And then what I did was I covered the top here with the beautiful rose dangle lace that's in her shop. And it has these lovely roses across the top here, and then this dangle that falls down from there. And I do have some of it left, and that's what it looks like. So I just sort of laid that on there and then directed the dangles to come down the way I wanted. And I did a lot of hand stitching on this project. I stitched the squares together by hand, and then I also stitched this on by hand. So throughout you'll see some pink. I did several pink stitches with embroidery floss because I didn't want to use a lot of glue on the crochet squares because I wanted them to be visible underneath. I wasn't covering them up a lot, so I preferred to do the hand stitching on there, and it's very secure. I did use a bit of glue to add the flat backs as accents, so there is a little bit of glue holding the flat backs down. The edge of this little envelope bag is made with part of this, is it this one? Yes, this trim. And I don't have very much left because I have been making some other projects and I've been using it. But this is the trim here, and I mentioned in my design team package that it would be great to cut up, and that's exactly what I did. And so what I did was I cut off these bottom daisy flowers. I just cut along here, and then fussy cut around them so that there was nothing no longer attached to them. And then I used some pink embroidery floss and I stitched them each one onto the edge of the crocheted bag. And then each one has one of those little dangles hanging off the bottom of them. And I left those little dangles all hanging down. I added some flat back pearl type trim to the middle of the little daisy flowers, and I added a pink flat back pearl to the middle of where those little drops come down. And then on the edges here, I just took the 2 dangle pieces off of there because they did hang very nicely from. I wanted it to lay flatter at the top there. Underneath, what I did on the main part of the bag, and I'll show you on the back, is I covered over, you can still see the pink doilies behind, but I covered the bag with this lovely fabric that I also had in my design team package, and I think this is called the pink embroidered trim, and I believe she still has it in the shop as well. And I used the whole piece and I laid it on there front and back, and then I also did some hand stitching, embroidery stitches along the edges of the embroidery to attach it to the bag. So there's a lot of hand stitching involved. I'll bring it up a bit closer. I also stitched on some clusters of seed beads in sort of the peachy pink, pink and white colors onto all the little flowers as well. So you'll see those on all the flowers as they occur on the back and then the front as well. I also added in the little seed beads. I added in some of her pink ribbon roses, the ribbon flowers that she has in the shop. I added 3 of them along the front here and added just a little flat back pearl into the center of those. And then on the front of the bag here, I used the top of that lace. So where I had cut it right here to take the daisies off, I used this piece and used it to edge the front of the bag here. So you get this lovely loopy trim at the top, and then the little flowers that are in the middle of the trim, and I added flat back pearls and some little pink bling pieces and some little AB bling pieces in the middle of those. And then you have sort of this little fringe that forms from the bottom of this trim along here that comes there. So I really like how it turned out. I also added some of the rose trim in the inside of the bag here. So there's 3 of the roses. I cut them away and put them here. And then the dangle part that was attached, it attaches to the bottom of those roses. I'll show you that again so you can see that. It attaches to the bottom, but I cut the 3 roses off, and then the attached bit of dangle that would have been there, I placed it in the top of the V here, and I just laid it out the way I wanted it, and then added some little stitches to hold it down, and then added some flat back pearls in here and there on it as well, and those are glued down. So it is a very pretty little pouch. I really was pleased how it turned out, and it's a really a neat way of using the pink crochet doilies. Other than a common way would be to make a doily book out of them, but I just wanted to show you that there's other ways of using them. And this little pouch is a pretty good size. I haven't measured it. I probably should have. The doilies themselves are 5 inches square. So this has come out about 6.5 inches wide, and then it's about 6 inches long. So it's a pretty good size, and it's quite roomy inside. I can stretch it open quite a bit. And I've added some goodies inside. I made a little fabric heart, a couple of them. This one I think I've shown, but I'm not sure if I had the beads on it then. And this is another rosy pink and kind of gold colored applique that Kim has in the shop. And I added some slow stitching onto this little heart with a bit of felt in it. And so I've put that in there, and that one's on a hanger. That one actually could be put, you know, hung in a window or on your Christmas tree. And this one is also hand stitched with some pink stitching on the heart. This is a little piece from an embroidered trim that she had in the shop. I'm not sure, she might have that back in the shop again. And then there's a bunch of beads added to that one as well. That one I didn't back. That one can be added to a project. And then I made a little pouch, and this is just from a digital download that I have, and I added one of her pretty little bows that she has in the shop in the corner here. And then on the front here, I've put one of the little dangles from the rose dangle trim and added some bling, and then a little one of my crocheted flowers and a little butterfly added to the front of that bag. And then I stickled up a little girl on there. And then with a little ribbon closure, I put some handmade flowers inside the pouch. And this one is made with one of the flowers from Kim's flower trim that I was cutting up and used in several projects last month, and it's just a wonderful trim, and I think she's out of it in her shop right now, but hopefully she might be getting something back in. And then a little crochet doily that I had done, one of her little blings in the center of there. And then this is part of a dangle trim that was in her store, and I cut the little individual pieces off, and I've added some bling and some flat back pearls to that to make a little drop on that little flower. And then I made another flower with that beautiful box pleated trim that has the satin and lace on it, and it's really easily, I showed in my design team video how you just can put that onto, I just used a felt circle and I just went around the circle with some glue and put it on. You don't have to do any more gathering or anything with it. It makes a perfect little flower. Added a little doily and then a little flower in the center and a piece of bling, and it makes the perfect little flower to add to a project. And so those are some little things in there. And then I also added in a little angel that I made, and this one I made using 2 of her trims. This was some lace from my stash for the bodice part of her, but the little dangle on here that hangs down, that's a little piece of trim from her store, and I know she has that trim back in again. And do I have any left that I could show you which one that one is? I think I might have the tiniest little piece left. Yes, I do. So that's this trim here. And I've cut the top off of it because I use the top for something else. So it has a little bit of a loopy trim on the top, small. But this is the trim here, and I just use one of these pieces here with the 3 dangles on the bottom. And I use that. These are the little dangles, and they're all pearled and flat back bling up. And then I did some bling on that part too. I added a little piece of acrylic bling there at the neck and a little bead cap that I folded over, and then a couple of rondelles, one for her neck, a bigger one for her halo, and a bead for her head. And then her wings are made from a little bit of lace that matched the part on her dress here, and the wings are made from this lace, which I've used in my Christmas ornaments that I showed the beginning of the month, my first design team project for December. I used a piece of this trim to do her wings with. So you can see I've used this piece here. So I've just kind of cut it, and then I put Mod Podge on it, and I added the diamond dust to it, so it's very sparkly, very pretty. And then I added a couple of flat back pearls and some flat back blings so that it's quite sparkly. It looks really pretty on the tree. And then I just made a little hanger with sparkly bead and a couple little cream colored beads. So those are all the little things that I have made to go in this pretty little pouch that I've made for my design team project, my second design team project for December. And this little pouch and what I've shown you and some other goodies are going to be given as a gift to one of my subscribers. I appreciate you all so much. I've had many new subscribers come and join my channel this year, and I really appreciate you, and I appreciate the comments that you leave for me. It really boosts your spirits when you get left comments, and they're so encouraging, and I just wanted to give back. So what I'm going to do is I'm not putting an announcement in the title of this video. This is going to be a design team project, but in the comments, if you write the word, I'm going to say baby, because that's what's on my mind mostly. Our grandson is due this week, and Mom is in the hospital, and so we're hoping to have him to be born safely by the end of the week. And so I'm not sure when I'm posting this video. He may well be here by the time this video is posted, but the word to put in the comments below if you'd like your name entered to win this pouch and these goodies, and I'm going to be adding some extra goodies as well. I've got some lovely pieces of dangle lace and some handmade crocheted items and some of my beaded butterflies, and I'm going to put that all together and I'm going to send that to one of you. So the word is baby, and put that in your comments below, and I will enter your name for the draw, and I'll probably be drawing for this after Christmas sometime, and I will put up a video and post who the winner is. So again, thank you all very much. Thank you, Kim, for allowing me to design for Angel Dream Crafts, and all the information for her shop is in the description box below. Remember that there is free shipping if you are in the US and you order over $35, you get free shipping, and that's for US only. And the design team members that are designing for her, the links to their channels will be in the description box below, so please go over and have a look at what they're designing with beautiful things from Kim's shop. I will be taking a break from designing for a couple of months, and I'm just going to be a full-time available mom and Nana, and then I will be back in the spring to do some more design team projects for Kim. So thanks everybody. Have a great day. Bye for now.